Welcome to this video on what's new for GitHub Copilot in Visual Studio Code 1.132 that was released in August 2026. Follow me along as I demo new features. Enjoy! Information on your current session in the agents window is very useful. This information was scattered a little bit, for example, the changes were on top. And there were some other things that were going on, like browser, windows, and sub-agents, etc., that were scattered over the window. Now, when you start a session, it will centralize this information right above the chat window. So let me ask it to, for example, create readmes for all controllers in this repo. So it will start writing README files, and whenever there's markdown files, they also appear here. So let me wait until it created those so I can show it to you. And there we go. As you can see the file that was changed, but you can also see there's a README file. I can click it from here and it will show the preview of that file. And if there's more files, you have this drop down. As you can see, I can also select the pilot controller README, so we can go there as well. So that definitely helps. And of course, you see the changes here, the amount of line changes, code changes, and you see that also increasing on a live basis. Once it's done, it disappears a little bit. Well, in this case, you can still see some information, but let me take you to some other sessions where I have been running stuff to show you what it can do more. For the front end, it's a little bit, I don't have a lot of room here, but it's running the front end and showing the browser. So once you have a browser, you also get a pill or a block here showing the browser that you can click. If you happen to have closed the browser, you can open it right here. And if you're using sub-agents, like in this case, I'm running 2 parallel sub-agents to retrieve information. And these sub-agents will also show up. I'm not sure if I continue, if these agents will still show up. I guess not. But it doesn't matter. Just for your information, there will be a pill for the sub-agent. You can click it and it will open the sub-agent chat in a separate tab. So here you can see the sub-agents as well, but they don't show anymore because they are not active anymore. I can go here and show it. But normally this would appear right here above the chat window. There's a nice little feature for which I need to start a new session. I'm using 2 sub-agents to search for bugs in this repository. And while that is busy, I'm thinking, hey, I want to ask Copilot something that is related to what it's doing currently, but I don't want to disturb this chat. So what I can do is I can type /btw, by the way, and then ask it a question that is related. Are there any bugs identified by comments in the code? And what it will do is it will open up a new chat tab in the existing conversation, in the existing session, where it will answer. And the great thing is that it has this chat as context. So it is scoped to our current chat. If you included, for example, files or Copilot already made some changes, it is aware about that and it can use that to answer this question. Then there's a little bit more on how to include context from chats. What you can also do is you can, if you wonder, hey, what are parallel bug hunting sub-agents, you can select it and then ask a question. What are these? And then again, it will open it up in a separate chat and start answering it, and it has the context of our first tab that contains the information on our initial question. So that's several ways of including context. There's also a way of including context in the form of a tab into another tab. That doesn't work when you create a new tab. So when I drag it in, it doesn't drop. But if I'm in, for example, this tab and I would like to include this tab, I can do so. So that apparently that currently only works for tabs where there is existing conversation going on. As you can see, it's inserted right here. But I expect this to work also for new tabs pretty soon. I just asked Copilot to run a terminal command and a terminal output. The formatting of the terminal output here in the chat window was not optimal. There was a lot of space left, certainly when you make it wider. So now it should be using an optimal amount of screen real estate when you have very wide outputs from the terminal. In Visual Studio Code version 131, that is the previous version, voice was introduced. So as you can see, I have a microphone icon here to dictate my prompts. There have been several improvements in this version. So because in my case it's already configured, I will need to run a command here that is show introduction. So what you can do is you can choose a microphone. So I have several, so I can choose another one and check from this indicator if it actually produces sound or not. You can also open this box by right-clicking the microphone icon here and then choosing show introduction. That is introduction, and there's also right-click select microphone, and then you get it from here, but it's exactly the same feature. And there's several other settings that you can make here. When we go to settings, I like to do it like this and then search for dictate or dictation. There we go. You can see that there is a new model used, which is Nemotron 3.5 ASR. You can also choose for a cloud model, but for performance purposes, I would certainly choose for the local model. So that's one thing. And the other thing is you can now choose the language. So by default, it will use your system locale or browser locale to determine which language you're using. If it can't find it that way, it will recognize it from your voice, but you can also explicitly choose a language here. So that's this one. And then we can also configure instructions. So we can do it like this, voice configure dictation instructions. And when you choose this, you can choose just like with any customization file for Copilot. You can choose either for a user profile file, or you can choose to store it in the workspace. And then you share it with your team, because obviously then it's committed to your repository and pushed. It's a markdown file, so you can give any instruction on the behavior of the dictation model like you want. So that's the dictation.md. You can create the same by right-clicking here and then configure instructions. That's exactly the same as using the command directly from here. So that's it for dictation improvements.